Hi guys, so today I'm back with a stash kit number, not stash kit number, what am I saying? I'm back with the fifth video in my Create Your Own Background series, and today I'm using washi tape. So what I'm doing is I have my little bin of washi tape there, and I'm just mixing and matching washi tapes in all kinds of thicknesses. So I have that yellow one from the Atwell collection, that's thicker. Then I have a thin one from Tiger. Then I'm gonna cut this one in half. And then my camera died, and that footage wasn't recorded. So we're skipping ahead to towards the end of the washi tape process. So as you can see, I've mixed and matched thin washi tapes and that glitter tape and thicker washi tapes. So the black diagonal and the yellow thick one is from the Atwell collection by Fancy Pants, and everything else is from Tiger. So yeah, now I'm cutting the silver one in half because it's way too thick and there's too much of that on the page if it's not cut in half. And then I'm going to add just a couple more layers, I believe, to the page. And I'm trying to incorporate some blacks and some pinks because I'm planning on using stash kit number 3, which has those colors. And I was very careful to incorporate all of the washi tape that was included in that kit on this one. So I think it was the that chevron one, that's black and blue, the black and white stripe, yikes, what else was in there? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I wanted to use a black and white photo, but the only black and white I have is this one. And with this one, I had some cards from the Serendipity collection that I wanted to use with, and they just didn't match on this layout. So I'm going back and in my photos, and I have this other black and white photo, but it's from my trip, and I'm not sure how I want to scrapbook that trip in particular yet. But I am going to get a photo from my other trip because I know that landmark didn't make it into my Project Life spread, which means I wanted to make another page for it. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one because it matched the colors quite nicely as well. So I'm just putting away all the washi tape that I didn't use because I might want to add some more later on. So I'm keeping everything else on hand. And I'm just pasting my photo. And I decided I want to add more washi tape because I want the photo to sit completely on washi tape. So I'm not going to add too much, just a couple more strips. So I think there's one strip on top, one at the bottom. I'm going to add a black and white strip as well, I think, at the top. Okay, first I'm going to try to bring in more of this purple, but I cut the strip too short, and I didn't want to cut another one, so I'm just throwing that away and moving on. Plus, I did a really bad job at cutting it in half. It's really crooked. So, yeah. So there I go with that black. I love that washi tape. I don't know why, but I love the washi tape from the Owl collection by Fancy Pants. So, yeah, that completes my washi tape extravaganza, and really like how it looks, but I want to soften it up a bit, so I'm taking this doily and I'm cutting it in half, and I'm thinking of different ways I kind of use it, and I want to use it like this, I decide. So I fold it over so I can move it around, and then I thought it would be cool to have like the other half on the other side. So I'm putting the other half on the other side, and the one is higher than the other, which I really like because I want the one to have my photo and the other to have the title. So I don't want the photo cluster touching onto the doily where my title will go. So here I'm just getting my kit out. So this is the second layout I used with the kit, and I did pull in more washi tape, so I'm not sure if it completely counts, but anyway. So first I'm going through my die cuts because there's a lot of pattern going on and I'm not sure if I want to add paper. So I'm allowing space for my die cuts and the embellishments before I go and get paper. I will take up a lot of space. And I'm sorry if you hear a lot of yelling at the moment. My little sister is downstairs yelling for some reason, so yeah, I apologize for that. So I picked out some die cuts that I might use, and I'm gonna set them aside. But I'm keeping in mind that I have them and where each one would go if I were to use them. And then I also got my Tim Holtz tile stickers because I don't want to use those for my title. Because my title is quite large and there isn't a lot of space to use stickers on this layout. So in my papers, I found this floral piece from the Amy Tangerine Stitch collection. I don't want to cut it down yet, but I will in a bit. So first I'm going through all my papers and picking out the ones that I think might match on this layout, and then I'm getting rid of the other ones so I have more space on my work surface. So that's what you see me doing now. So I mostly pick scraps, I think, because I'm going for black and whites and maybe some pinks and things like that. So I'm gluing down my doily. And again, it's Sunday, everybody's home, and I'm sorry if you can hear them talking. My door is closed and everything, so there's not much I can do. I'm really sorry if you can hear that. So I'm using some removable tape to hold down the doilies on the back of my page. And then here I'm finally trimming down that paper, and I'm just going to stick it in behind my photo. And then I took this bright pink paper and added a strip of that behind my photo as well. So yeah, and then I found this camera paper because I thought I'm starting to make a little cluster for my title at the bottom. So I have that gray heart paper, a bit of black and white, with the camera paper, and then that same pink that I had in the top. And here I found this vellum that I thought would look really nice, but it's clashing too much with that bright pink. There's too much pink going on now. So I'm leaving it there for a bit, but I'm taking it out, and then I thought, well, I could use this pink one that's the same shade, but that's again way too much pink. But I'm replacing the hot pink at the bottom with that pink, and I think that's how I'm going to leave that there. So I just get rid of that pink paper in the top cluster and moving on with the layout. And then here I'm going back to my die cut. So I know I want to add that little tab there, and I'm also adding a tab at the bottom cluster, and then this piece. And I love that love there with the mint green. But it's not going to make it onto the layout. So now I'm trimming all of those papers for my title cluster down because they're way too big. So that's what I'm doing. And I am going to get rid of the black paper because I am going to bring in the black with my tile letters there, the Tim Holtz ones. So yeah, I'm still playing. So here I'm taking some purple paper clips. So I took a star for the picture cluster and a heart for my photo cluster. Just because, no particular reason for the shapes. So I'm going ahead and gluing down all my paper elements, so at least half of them. The minimal I can glue down, the things I'm sure about at the moment, which everything is going to stay as it is, and I'm just going to add a couple of things, but I didn't know that at the time, so yeah. So at the bottom cluster I also added a what is it called, a die cut. So all the die cuts, excluding that blue tab, are from the Becky Higgins Project Life Value Kit. Notes, that's called Notes and Things. And the blue tab there is from the Fancy Pants Happy Place collection. So you just saw me trim down that vellum because it was super crooked. And now I'm attaching my clips to the clusters. And yeah. So I'm gluing everything down again with some Scotch Dual Applicator glue pen. And I'm sorry for the yelling again. As I mentioned earlier, the house is full today and I have all the doors closed and everything, but there's still yelling going on. So anyway, so now I'm taking the Tim Holtz tile stickers to make my title, which is going to be Lefkos Pyrgos with English characters. So, and I am digging into the second sheet for the O's and so on, because I'm out of O's on the first sheet. Surprisingly, I'm out of O's and A's, but not E's, which is really peculiar. So, yeah, so I'm going to shift all of those over in just a bit because the last letter won't fit onto my space there. So, guys, again, I apologize. This voiceover is super bad. People keep yelling and slamming doors, and the dog is barking, and there's cars passing by. I'm really sorry. I really apologize for that. Yeah, so I'm finishing up the title there, so that's done. And now, what am I going to do now? I'm going to add 2 pink hearts. So one in the top cluster there, and one behind that paper clip. So I'm going to take the paper clip off, attach the heart, and then put the paper clip back on. And that just adds just a tiny bit of extra interest, and it keeps the same elements going on back and forth in my clusters. Yeah, so that's about how the layout is going to look. I'm just going to add some enamel dots, and here I'm doing my journaling, which says, let's see, Thessaloniki 2016, Makedoniki Agones, and I'm just saying what I remember at the moment because I can't really see it, and I don't have the layout next to me, but it says, we were walking for about 50 minutes to Lefkos Pyrgos, and we took tons of photos and took in all the history surrounding the landmark, something like that. Then I added a little heart. So here I'm adding those 2 enamel dots. So I added the tiny blue ones, and I thought about adding some pink ones, but I thought those 2 were enough. And that's going to complete my layout. I'm also going to add some splatter, but my battery died, so you won't see it. So the layout is complete, and I love it. Seriously, I don't know why, but I just love it. And I'm thankful that I do love it, because the previous one I made before this one, I don't really like. So, yeah. So something I would like to mention, my camera died again. When I was doing the splatter. So this is just some black watercolor that I mixed in with some water, and I put too much water, so that's why they're gray, but I sort of like it gray. And then I just took a palette knife, because that's what I had on hand, and just flicked it onto my page, so there's splatters a bit and everywhere. So yeah, and there goes the motorcycle again. I seriously, it might not, a motorcycle might not pass the whole day, but the second I turn the camera on, it decides to come by. Anyway, here are the close-ups. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to check in back next week on November 6th because I will be having a YouTube hop for the last installment of the Create Your Own Background series. So there will be, I think, another 10 ladies participating in this little sort of challenge, I guess you could say. So be sure to check back in on my channel on November 6th to see those as well. So, another couple things. You can also check out my blog at graceislander.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at grace_islander. I'll leave the links to everything in the description below. If this is the first time you're watching my Create Your Own Background series, then welcome. And I have 4 more videos before this that you can check out. If you're interested, I'll leave the links to that again in the description below. So thanks for watching and see you next time.